Now, you've actually published, Bob, a number of books throughout the years, and it makes total sense for someone, in your position, I guess, with all the stories that you've accumulated during your time in the around the sport of hockey. With all the stories, though, you must have you must have accumulated. Writing articles is one thing. Covering the sport from a journalistic standpoint is one thing. But what I'm curious to know is what's the biggest difference between writing stories and acting as a journalist and writing books as an author?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's the longest of long form storytelling, which is great because whether it was by design or not, I'm not sure. But my job morphed into initially 140 characters, soon then to become 280 characters or whatever it is on Twitter. So much of what we did was on social media in terms of trying to break news or offer tidbits of information in rapid fire succession all day and all night and 24/7. And so as somebody who started out in the business as simply a hockey reporter, and writing sometimes, writing a column, 750 words, writing a feature story, 1,500 words or whatever. My job kept on veering further and further away from actually sitting down at a keyboard for any extended period of time, and was much more doing things with my thumbs and punching out social media or quick hits. And so the medium for me in the job that I had did morph away from writing a little bit. But I love and I gotta love it, like most people I think who write. You gotta love-hate relationship with it. I hate actually doing it, and I love the finished product. And that's really true with books. Now, I've had my name on 4 books so far. The first one was Hockey Dad, True Confessions of a Crazy Hockey Parent. And that was a real labor of love. That was a book that I felt like was always in me. And I knew as I was going through raising my kids in hockey, minor hockey in Canada, I thought I could, make fun of myself and maybe provide some insight for some people. I really felt the need to write that book. So a number of years later, we needed a new kitchen at the cottage, and I got offered a book idea, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I really want to write another book, but we do need a kitchen, so let's write it. So that was Hockey Confidential, and I'm really proud of the finished product, but it was really, really, really hard. And I was really overwhelmingly busy at the time with everything that I was doing for TSN and other mediums. But so I squeezed the book in, but boy, it took a toll on me getting that book out and meeting the deadline. And I said after that one, that's it. I'm done. No more books. Too much work. Anyways, long story short, 3 years ago, right around now, Kevin Hansen and Sarah St. Pierre from Simon & Schuster came to me and said, we're already underway with this book project. Jim Lang is working on it, and it's called Everyday Hockey Heroes, and they explained the concept, and they showed me a couple of sample chapters, and they said, we'd really like you to jump on board, do some writing, but not too much writing, and have huge editorial impact in terms of who the stories are about. And obviously, be there to promote it and do all that stuff. And I thought this is a nice mix, and the opportunity to collaborate with someone like Sarah St. Pierre and Jim Lang. And the stories really caught me too. I mean, it's a different hockey book. It's not your mainstream hockey book. What I would call sort of new hockey culture, if you want to call it that, or different hockey culture. And they showed me the Wayne Simmons chapter that Jim had done as a sample from Everyday Hockey Heroes Volume 1, and I really liked it. And I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of this. And so I jumped in with both feet, and it's been great. And here we are now with the second volume out. And if it goes well, and so far it is, you never know, 2 years from now, we might be doing Everyday Hockey Heroes Volume 3.